Let me start with what is perhaps a controversial comment, that it may not be capitalism that has failed, but that it is government that has failed. First, capitalism has never functioned well without strong governmental guardrails. For as long as there has been commerce, capitalists, as expected, have operated to maximize shareholder value. Second, no society has succeeded in delivering the opportunity and fairness for its citizens without robust government. Yet companies are managing costs and investments more tightly today. Yes, the world has globalized, providing better goods at cheaper prices for more people. And yes, as Dambisa mentioned, that has also brought stagnant worker pay and an appalling rise in income inequality. But what has changed even more fundamentally, at least in the United States, is the role of government. In 1980, Ronald Reagan was elected on a platform that was stridently hostile to government. Since then, the strong hand of government has mostly become lighter. For example, antitrust enforcement has all but vanished. The federal minimum wage has not been raised since 2009. Corporate tax rates have been slashed, and so on and so on. Don't get me wrong, I am not giving business a free pass. For example, when you adjust for inflation, CEO compensation has grown 940% since 1978, while average worker pay has only risen 12%. That's a failure of corporate governance, and while board oversight of these companies has generally become less timid, only about half of American companies have separated the roles of chairman from the role of chief executive officer, a practice that I believe should be universal. With government having moved to the sidelines, fingers are understandably being pointed toward companies, suggesting, asking, demanding that these private enterprises take up responsibilities ranging from building housing to vocational education. With government having, in the United States, we have seen similar tensions before. In the late 19th century, when there was a vast technological change, huge corporations emerged. Some became monopolies. Many treated their workers and customers poorly, and inequality rose. The result was the Progressive Era, in which large companies were split apart and consumer protection laws were introduced for the first time. That should be instructive. Capitalism is still the economic system that has brought better lives to more people than any other in the history of the world. But the best way to reform capitalism is to reform and strengthen government. Thank you.